Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and all sports fans. My name is Chris Whalen, your panda in the press, and this is SportsDen. Today we're at Shawshank Stadium, not Shawshank Redemption, here in Bangor, Maine, and joining me today in the booth is Ernest Callahan. Hi, Ernest.
That's right, your invertebrate getting irate. I gotta say, Christopher, a lot of steps to get up to this recording studio.
You know that there's a lift, right?
I do now. Okay, well, we're going to use that on the way down. Difficult to get up here with tentacles. Either way, what are we looking at tonight, Christopher?
So we've got a really great matchup here against two teams that have traditionally been unofficial rivals. We've got the Bangor Tides and the Plymouth Taproots. Now, the Taproots are a classic team. They've been in the league for quite some time, known for their kind of traditional play styles and for just being a powerhouse in the league pretty much every year in a row. And then we have the Bangor Tides, who have recently grown in both popularity and in skill, I think, in the last decade or so.
Yeah, absolutely. And also both teams that don't really see that much turnover compared to some of their competitors. And that might be what fuels some of that competitiveness. Like, generally, when people come to these teams, they stay for a while, with a few notable exceptions that I'm sure management would like to forget about.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And I think we're seeing the players go on to the court right now.
All right.
And the tip-off is going to go the way of Plymouth here. Pass to Cruz. Looking for an opening over to Feckel. Kind of getting in the weeds here. Has to pass the ball back out to Moran. Shot clock is not their friend. Feckel takes a shot, throws it away.
Already we're seeing that kind of legendary defensive lineup from the Tides coming into play. Obviously, they've got Vaughn, they've got Iverson, and even when it comes to their guards, they've got Zant giving them some support here on the defense.
Speaking of Iverson, a big 2 points from Bangor here as they start the game off right, according to the home fans here. We're on with the ball. Looking for an opening. Passes to Turner, who's wide open, but he can't complete it. Bellemare with the second chance. Scores tied 2-2. Donald Ramble coming down the court. Assessing the situation. Passes to Van Zant. Mackenbach. Passes to Van Zant. Wide open. Beautiful dunk by Ash Van Zant. Turner goes up and in, tying it 4-piece. Mackenbach back to McDonald Rambo. Iverson in the corner comes up, but comes up short. Bellemare gets the ball, passes the Feckel, and Plymouth might have a chance to get a lead here. Moran looking for someone to pass it to. Shot clock winding down. Cruz wide open for 3, and it's good. So, what are you expecting from this game? Kind of looking at both teams, who do you think will come out the victor here?
I mean, it's going to be fascinating to see. Obviously, these are two teams that have won playoffs in pretty recent years. And since then, both of them have managed to, hold off the curse of the champion. Neither team has really fallen apart, but neither has been able to really make it stick since then either. So going to be interesting to see how they're sizing up. Obviously, the two of them have a lot of history in the playoffs.
Absolutely. Van Zant there trying to go for 3, loses the ball to Plymouth. Moran goes up, also misses the basket. And a foul will be called here. Go to the basket for 2.
Obviously, we got Marone here, who has been with the Taproots since his rookie year.
A little bit of that staying power you'd mentioned earlier.
Yeah, exactly. Last year, he finally stepped up into a starting role, originally as a shooting guard. This year, during the offseason, when the Taproots lost Kenny Marcus, he moved into the point guard role and has been kind of proving himself there. Gotta say, this season.
And Moron makes both free throws, bringing Plymouth up to 9.
Plymouth beginning to run away with it here.
The Tides, of course, are calling a timeout. They want to stop this run before it starts.
Can't blame him.
All right, and Backback looking for an opening to Vaughn, who goes for 3, and it's no good.
Surprise move from Vaughn. Threes aren't exactly his strong suit, but guess he saw an opening.
Well, 3s are Cruz's strong suit, and Cruz also misses Plymouth, so...
And here comes Rainbow. Beautiful shot.
McDonald Rainbow doing his best to fill in some big shoes from in Bangor and really kind of coming into his own here.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, those big shoes you're talking about belong to a particular bunny. He kind of came on to the Tides 2 years ago as the heir apparent of team captain Lance Wildfire, and he stepped into that starting role last year. It took a little bit of time to get up to speed, but I would say it's paying off.
Absolutely. Different play style from the bunny. 2 points here for Mackenbach as Bangor tries to reclaim some of that lead that Plymouth has at the moment. 11 Plymouth, 8 Bangor. Plymouth answers with a 2, and I believe that was Marone again. Really heating up here in today's game. Van Zandt to Iverson. Back to Van Zandt. Was an open lane, goes in for 2, and crushes it.
Now, if there's any one player on the court who is, I'd say, most hungry for a championship this year, it'd be hard to argue against Van Zandt. He stepped into the Tides the year after their incredible playoff run with both Wildfire and Leon Delmont, and he has been hungry for that championship ever since.
Absolutely. Plymouth missing here, going the way of Bangor. And we see Vaughn get fouled here as they go up for quick layup. That will be 2 for him at the line.
The Big Otter is a recent addition to the Tides lineup. Only came in last season, kind of filling in those, again, some big shoes left behind by Tiatera, but it's been... Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Vaughn there, actually having made the basket, I should be paying attention, went for the and one and got it. So score is tied again, 13-13, as Plymouth is trying to figure out what they want to do with the ball here. Passing it a couple times, Feckle to Turner, back to Feckle. Looking for that open shot.
Oh.
Fadeaway is no good.
But Belmare for the second chance.
And that is good. Plymouth is saying that, no, you can't take our lead. We'd like it, thank you very much, even though we're here in Bangor. Mackenbach looking to maybe answer with some points of his own. But no, they pass it to Van Zandt, then McDonald Rainbow, who's looking for his options while the shot clock runs down. Vaughn goes up and over, but no good. Cruz goes for a basket and misses. Cruz being a little cold today. Couple cold wings here. As we see Van Zandt go up, Bellemare trying to go for the second chance points, and I think we've got a shooting foul here.
Yeah. Classic Tides play that we've seen over the past few years. Both Van Zandt and Iverson getting real physical in the paint. It tends to be the place they like to be.
Iverson is going for two. First one's no good. And one more time here, trying to close that gap. And the second one is good for Iverson here. We're on to Bellemare. Looking maybe to a long two, but no, Cruz is wide open. Banger sees it. They prevent him from getting the shot and pick up the rebound. Quick pass to Van Zandt here. There's some of that aggressive play style you were talking about. He pushes his way in towards the basket for an easy up and in, putting Bangor on top for the first time since the very beginning of this quarter.
Yeah, and here we've got Fackel going over to Cruz, over to Marin. Oh, a cheeky little pass to Turner.
I've never seen Turner get blocked like that before. I think he's definitely having an off game in here tonight. Van Zandt trying to desperately get that three in, but misses as well. Both teams really cold on their shooting this game thus far. And we are going to see Download Rainbow go up, Download Rainbow commit a foul, giving Marone a chance at the basket to maybe tie this up and reclaim the lead here.
Yeah, for sure. It has been fascinating watching both of these teams develop over the years. Like, gone are the days of a few years ago when you could regularly expect triple-digit games whenever these two faced each other. Now you're starting to see a lot more defensive play from both teams. Obviously still with their own offensive powerhouses, but the focus has really shifted.
Absolutely. We're going to see some substitutions here for both teams as the starters will get a break from this kind of back and forth in the first quarter. Been very intense gameplay, but not particularly high scoring here. Pass to Marshall. Marshall looks back to King. King gets it to Fullerton, who is more or less wide open at the net, and scores two, putting Bangor back here on top.
Christopher, tell me something.
What's up?
Fullerton. Philip Fullerton. So I've heard a lot of basketball players tell me that they are good at golf. Whenever a basketball player tells you that, you should take it with a grain of salt. They're probably lying. This guy is a golf player who is good at basketball?
Yeah, it's a little bit of an anomaly here. I understand that Fulton was captain of his golf team in college.
They have captains of golf teams?
I guess so. It's not a sport that I'm particularly interested in covering.
Oh my gosh.
But Bangor comes in with a quick two. Marone looking for a play here. Passes. Goes back to Celis, back to Marone, back to Celis, back and forth. You're just looking for some sort of opening here.
And there it is.
Pelletier gets the quick two, putting Plymouth back on top. I clearly haven't had enough coffee because I'm mixing the two teams up here.
All right.
But yeah, you mentioned earlier, there's a lot of staying power in both these teams. A lot of these players have been playing together for quite some time now.
Absolutely. And it's been interesting watching some of their off-season moves. Like, obviously, a couple seasons ago, Plymouth brought in Pelletier, who is one of the more experienced players on the court tonight with a championship under his belt. Gotta wonder if Plymouth brought him in for that exact reason. He is one of those players who's been around, played with a few teams, has some experience, as opposed to some of the like longer staying players on this team.
Absolutely. Dogia there for a long three. Missed it, but Chewan with the second chance, putting Plymouth solidly back in the lead here. Marshall's going to try to tie it up, and he does. So 3 minutes left in the first quarter. We've got a tie game, 23-23.
Marin has yet to take a break. They are running that fox ragged.
Yeah, I think Plymouth is looking here to anytime the play stops here, they're going to swap him out. But yeah. The Fox is doing pretty good, despite not having any breaks off the court. 2 seconds of the shot clock.
Ooh.
No good. Banger tries to take advantage of that, and also isn't able to complete the basket. Chewan, however, up and no good. That's three baskets in a row we've missed. Darek does get the basket. Got Politier with the foul. Looking a little bit confused in the court here as they're trying to figure out what's going on. But they are looking for the and one, and it's no good. Dokia bringing up the court. Pass to Latorel. Back to Dokia.
Oh, beautiful.
Downtown, and it's Plymouth's game again. King with the ball. To Marshall. Almost drops it. And it's actually stolen by Dokia. This is not what Banger needs right now. Selos looking for an opening. Doesn't get it. Passes back out to Weiser. Dokia looking for a chance. Weiser trying to get in there before the shot clock.
Oh.
No good.
Beagle can't make it connect.
Fullerton trying to get some space. Passes to Darag. Oh. Wide open. Long two. Doesn't make it. The second chance comes back for Lee Evans, though, as Banger takes the lead. Dokia for a three. No good. Marshall's going to try and solidify this lead for Banger. Can't quite make it, though. Terrell to Photiitis. No good.
Feel like you're going to be saying that a lot tonight.
You know, I feel like they oiled the court up or something. Maybe it's cold.
Beautiful shot from King.
It is pretty cold here in Bangor tonight, so maybe that explains some things. Plymouth looking here to close that minute gap. Still a one play game. Weiser looking for an opening. Goes to Dokia. Shot clock's running out. Back to Weiser. Throwaway three. No good. And that will be the end of the first quarter.
All right.
Now, how do you think the teams are playing so far? Any surprises here in this last quarter?
I'm surprised. Look at the scores. I was expecting us to have a low scoring. I was talking up their defensive abilities, and right now we're well on our way to a triple digit game on both sides.
Absolutely. Banger will start off with the ball here in the second quarter. Down the rainbow, we've got some of our starters back in. Mackenbach looking for anything. Passes to Vaughn, who goes up and then misses the first time, but gets his own putback.
Just took him 2 tries.
That's what we like to see. Feckel now with the ball. To Cruz, to Weiser. Bellemare, Feckle. Shot clock's at 4.
Oh,
Desperation 3 is no good. Donald Rainbow.
kind of on his own down there for a bit.
Yeah. To Lagerstrom. Easy 2 for the Bangor Tides. Weiser now with the ball. Goes up and in. No good. Get away with that when you have the lead, but Bangor is slowly taking it from the Taproots here as they get another 2 points.
Lagerstrom showing up big in the second quarter so far.
Putting up some good points off the bench. Weiser for 3. That's the first of first 3 of her night as they close the gap a little bit. Plymouth 29, Bangor 35. Down to Ramo. Pass to Devon, who really doesn't have any better shot at the moment. Looks for an opening. Back to Mackenbach. Got 3 seconds. Shoots it. And makes it. Long 2 there. Putting Bangor decisively up by 8. Cruz now with the ball. Passes to Feckle. Laterel. Weiser was hoping to repeat history, but no good. Mackenbach with a breakaway. And kind of tipped out of bounds there by Plymouth there. So it will be the Tides ball. I'm surprised they didn't call a shooting foul there, but maybe the ref saw something we didn't.
Yeah, it was clean. It was careful. It does look like Marone and Chewan are coming back out. Right.
Smith with the ball to Iverson. Puts it up for 2. No good. Barone, basically a wide open court. That's to Bellemare, who tips it and rolls it in for 2. Donald Rambo. To Mackenbach. Smith now. Back to Mac. Who comes in and makes it look easy.
It's during the games like this that you can really see Mackenbach start to shine. Obviously, he's been with the Tides for a long time, spent his entire career there, and he seems to just understand how the program works, how the plays work. He's able to blend in seamlessly with any lineup as things come along.
Yeah, absolutely. One of those solid players that's always sort of been reliable for the Tides. Clearly a franchise player for them, even if, not always the name on everyone's lips when you talk about the Tides at first. Plymouth now here with the ball. Warren looking for an opening to Cruz. Feckle. Warren wide open. Goes for 3 and no good. Bellemare looking for a second chance and gets stuffed by Iverson. Brianna Rainbow. Thinking he was going to go for a 2. Passes out to Smith. No good in the 3. Second chance points.
Oh.
But there's a shooting foul here instead.
Thought we were going to lose the ball up there for a second.
As Iverson goes to the line for 2. First is good. And second is good. That will put Banger up by 10 for the first time in this game.
Yeah, they have really brought back from that early first quarter. And here's Chaewon. Now, obviously, Ju Chaewon is another member of the cohort of players we've seen coming up from Claiborne University in the past years.
That's right.
And this is going to be his first free agency coming up. So he's clearly trying to impress some scouts, show off what he can do in preparation for that.
Claiborne, a school that's really kind of been on the map here for the last couple of years, as a beautiful three happens here by Ash Van Zant. I think that's his first successful three of the night, even though he's been trying hard. Chaewon looking to answer, and no good, but Belmare being reliable with that offensive rebound and going back in for another 10 points tonight for Natalie. 10 points in the paint, and I think they're all second chance points. Smith with a beautiful three. Banger saying, "Nope, you can't chip away at this lead. We're gonna bring it up to 12 just to piss you off." And it seems like it worked because Plymouth is calling a timeout.
Can't blame them. Now, Belmare is an interesting one. When I think a lot of focus in Plymouth goes to Jake and also to Kinney, now no longer with the team, as the big players that the Taproots were able to kind of steal away from the Seattle Summit. But people often forget that Belmare used to call Seattle home too, and it's important to not forget just how crucial she's been to the team over the past few seasons.
Absolutely. And it's interesting to kind of a little bit of a homecoming for her and for Jake as they're playing with each other again.
Absolutely.
Plymouth loses their possession, kind of tosses it away. Backenbach does the same for Banger as he goes for a three and doesn't make it. Cruz misses, but Turner is of course right there. Grabs the ball and puts it in for an easy two.
Another question for you, Christopher.
Yes.
Have you ever stood next to Jake Turner and gotten dizzy?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Okay, so that isn't just me.
No. That is a universal feeling.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure that wasn't something I should get checked out at the doctor.
No, I think Jake Turner actually was standing behind me once, and I thought it was a building. I turned around, and it was him.
Terrifying, truly terrifying.
Speaking of Turner, being double teamed by Banger, they do not want the Fox scoring here tonight. Smith now with the ball after Plymouth kind of threw it away to satisfy the shot clock, and two for Van Zant there. Chaewon with the ball. But for a moment there, it looked like nobody knew where the ball was. Back out to Moran. Nice little screen there, but being double teamed. Unfortunately, the problem with the double team is that it leaves the player right open, but the chicken squanders the opportunity. Van Zant ends up with the ball and puts another 2 points on the board for Banger.
No. Looks like it's a foul on Iverson there. And I guess Chaewon's going to be going to the line.
I like that Iverson's just like, what? I didn't do anything. It's like she clearly was in violation there.
We all saw. We've all got eyes.
Yeah.
She's been a bit quiet this season after her somewhat explosive end of last season and beginning of this season.
It's true. Chaewon for one. It's good. You know, can't help but wonder if the Fish is going to go somewhere else in free agency.
I don't think that's possible.
Chaewon makes the second of 2 shots here.
It's a branding thing, you know? Tides, Fish, how you can't beat that.
No, for sure. Wide open Fullerton at the net.
Would we consider that putting it in?
You know, I might. You know, it was an easy stroke there for the Shiba Inu. Salas now with the ball. Dokia goes for 3 with 6 seconds on the clock. Shot clock misses. Fullerton again with the ball. Passes to Evans, who's wide open, and tosses it in for another 2, bringing the lead for Bangor to 14. Now, what does Plymouth really have to do at this point to get back into this game?
Well, I think it would help if they stopped missing shots.
Yeah.
First and foremost. I think one thing that one player we've seen underrepresented here from their starting lineup so far has been Cruz, who's obviously their 3-point specialist. And with a team that's as dominant in the paint as Bangor, I think they should maybe be tapping him a bit more for, making up this deficit.
Yeah, absolutely. As Bangor gets another 2 points here in the paint, Van Zant really trying to prove to the nation here that he is deserving of maybe an Olympic bid.
Are we talking about the Olympics again?
They're coming up.
I thought they just went by.
Marshall wide open for 3, and it's good. Bangor really pulling ahead now by 19 points. Bangor 60, Plymouth 41. They could just call it here at the half, and we can all go home and hit the bar early.
Wouldn't that be the dream?
Barone going for it again and missing. Van Zant, who's been on fire this game. Golden to Darag. Up to Marshall, who is wide open at the net. As Bangor gets very close to doubling what Plymouth has on the board right now. I would not be expected. I would not be surprised if Plymouth called a timeout here soon.
Oh, and here comes Chewan. Excellent work.
At this point, they just gotta chip back at it, chip back at the lead. If Bangor can do it in a quarter, they can come back in a quarter. You can watch Van Zant, who is doing pretty well. Or, they could foul.
Always an option.
Yeah. As Marshall goes to the line.
Shooting 2.
Apparently shooting 2. And the first is good. Got some substitutions here. And the second is also good.
Elliot Woodpecker drilling it home.
Big dunk from Fotitis. Like I said, they just got to keep chipping away. Fullerton looking for an opening. Pass to Marshall, who misses the 3.
Oh, but Vaughn
is up and in. That's when Turner's got to jump in and grab it. And that's a big foul right here. Dokia's going to line for 2.
Dokia, one of those journeyman players over the past few years. He, started off in Alaska. He's bounced around to a couple teams since then. Hasn't seemed to be able to find a permanent home yet. I think he was on the Spectrums for a while.
I believe you're correct.
Yeah.
Bringing it within 20 points. 35 seconds left in the half here. This Banger will go again into the onto the line for another 2.
Guess the other strategy they could use is just foul everything, see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, it's clearly working for them.
Is it?
No.
Okay.
And the first is good.
King lining up for the second shot now. Naima, another one of those diamond in the rough undrafted players here in the league who has, was overlooked during her draft year back in, I think that was 2019, but since then, has always hit above her weight on every team she's been part of.
Absolutely.
And another foul.
This time it's on Fullerton. As Plymouth will go up for 2. Sina Celis, another player that's pretty reliable for the Tappers here.
As long as she can keep her temper in check.
And the first one is good. Plymouth is saying, well, we're not going to let you have 20 points. Keep it 19.
It's important to have goals.
Absolutely.
No.
Vaughn just totally saying, I don't care that I'm double teamed. I'm just going to go right for the basket. As Feckle tries to get it in at the end of the second quarter here. So Plymouth is very behind right now.
Yep, they have a bit of a mountain to climb.
Yeah, 49-70. If you were Plymouth, how would you try to? I mean, what can you do at this point?
I mean, step 1, stop fouling everybody.
That's very true.
I think that is, the number 1 piece of advice. Second of all, I mean, really, as you can see, the numbers tell it all. Van Zant has kind of been dominating tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
Really showing why he is so well regarded, so well loved by the Tides fans.
It's true. With 15 points in the first half, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, Van Zant really is pulling his weight here for the Tides. Mackenbach doing pretty well as well. They are not given the rodent rest here. 6 points in the 15 minutes that he's played, 1 rebound, 2 assists. Desdemona Iverson, respectable 5 points, 9 rebounds already. If that tells you how much both teams are scoring or not scoring, as it were. Andrew McDonald Rainbow, not doing a whole lot tonight. A few assists, a pair of points. Vaughn, absolutely doing everything that he can to keep the game going and doing well with 9 points, 5 rebounds thus far. Marshall, I think playing off the bench here with 12 points. That's very respectable. Fullerton, 4, a rebound and 2 assists. Evans, 4 points. Derek, 2. Lagerstam, 4. And Smith and King each with 3 and 4 points respectively.
And I think that's really important to emphasize here, that the Tides are really using their entire lineup. Their bench is really the thing that's making up the difference right now. Oh,
and it absolutely shows. And you think of Plymouth, and Plymouth tends to have a really deep bench. But the ties are just kind of showing them up today in that respect. Marone playing basically the whole first half with 20 minutes, only 8 points.
Let that fox rest.
Cruz with a surprisingly low number, only three points taken, 1 for 8 here in the first half.
And of course, it was a 3.
Bellemare already with a double-double, 10 points, 11 rebounds. The Atlantic Puffin is absolutely just carrying Plymouth.
Absolutely. And like, can't emphasize enough how big of a difference her second chance points are making for the Taproots here. Yeah. Like, she is everywhere in the offense right now.
And it really is. I mean, let's be honest, like, the score would be much worse at the moment if she hasn't been working her tail feathers off. Tanya Feckel very quiet for her this game, which is surprising because usually she's a bit more aggressive, even in the 12 minutes that she's played. Jake Turner putting up 6 points, 4 rebounds. I think and this is where Plymouth really needs to step up. I hate to rely on one player, but if Bellemare can get 11 rebounds, Turner, I mean, very well known for whatever you can do, I can do better. Turner, do better.
Wow.
Chewan, 6 points, 12 minutes, also respectable.
Hey, he's doing what he can.
Yeah. Celis off the, I believe off the bench for points. That's not terrible at all. Dokia, 5 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal. Kind of been very consistent for the Taproots. Second string here. Politier, 2 points, 2 rebounds. La Tourelle, rebound assist. Really, just the 1 3-pointer from Weiser today, but with where the Taproots are, every single point counts, I guess. Fotitis, 2 points, and that's pretty much it. So, I'm saying utilize Jake more, utilize your bench more. Let your bench really do what it's meant to do.
If I can put forward, let the small fox rest and make the big fox pull his weight.
Yeah. You said it much better than I ever could. So, let's see what happens here in the second half. Bangor will start out with the ball, much to Plymouth's chagrin. McDonald Rainbow up.
Oh, wow.
Vaughn, out of nowhere, tips it in. Barone looking for 3. No good, but there's Turner. Turner's showing up. Good rebound and second chance points. Van Zant to McDonald Rainbow. Vaughn. Mackenbach. And to figure out what he can do in these 7 seconds before the shot clock runs out. Double team at the moment, but it leaves Vaughn wide open. No good.
Now, I do think I need to offer both a correction and an apology for something I said earlier.
Okay.
I did say that Ash Van Sant was possibly the person on the court who was hungriest for a championship. I had forgotten that Tanya Feckel is also on the court tonight.
Absolutely.
Can you think of a single player who has had more unfortunate timing for a team change?
No.
Went from the left the Voodoo to join the Taproots the year after they won the championship, and immediately the Voodoo win the championship.
I do know one player who had a very similar situation.
Oh?
Lance Wildfire.
Oh? He keeps coming back.
Well, you know, I'm very hard on the bunny. I covered Albany locally for many years.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Me too. Um, some points put up on both sides here. Plymouth looking to keep the lead under 20. Up and in, but no good. Achenbach with basically an open court. McDonald Rainbow. Devon looking for that opening. Achenbach finds the open lane, goes in for a smooth dunk here, bringing them back up to 23 for their lead. Bellemare to Feckel. Goes up to Turner, who is very, very able to get that basket in over everyone else's heads. And I think that's what they have to do at this point. They just have to get it to Turner.
Do you think he heard us up here?
You know, with as tall as he is and those big ears, I suspect he might have.
Okay, okay. Well, in that case, if he manages to turn this around for him, we get to take credit.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Oh.
Well, Banger can afford a couple of missed shots here, but that was a heartbreaker right there. Around with the ball, looking for that open lane, gets a shot off, but it's no good. Backenbach fouling, and the Fox will go to the line for two.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first is good. And of course, the second is good as well. We've kept things pretty evenly matched thus far here in the third. But Plymouth really needs to start moving towards closing that gap and not just maintaining it. Fouling the Tides, like you said, is not the way to do it. And Derek knew that first one was off. He just could feel it roll off his hand the wrong way here. Bellemare to Weiser. Bulate. Cruz. Not going to do anything with it. Back to Bellemare. Weiser.
All right, guys, gotta make something happen here.
Up and in and no good. Darg comes back up with another 2 points for Banger. The 3-second offside violation. That is not what Plymouth wants to see here right now. Banger's ball as they get back into it. We see a loose ball foul.
Yet another foul. This is proven to be a game with a lot of violations in it.
Well, Plymouth will take any break they can get right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Turner. Dukia, who almost loses it. Back to Turner. I feel like he can just go straight into the lane here. He's got 7 seconds.
Yeah, nothing's stopping him there. Just power right through.
Finally goes for the shot. No good.
Oh,
Bellemare up
Bellemare!
with the rebound and the put up.
Give that puffin a raise.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Iverson just
no chance.
floundering here on the court. She tried to find a perch, didn't make it.
Oh, I see what's happening here.
Really.
Oh, 2 players are not enough to stop Turner.
No, I was gonna make another pun, but Jake Turner's ability to just tower over everyone else just stopped me in my tracks here, as they bring the lead down to 18. Banger tries to recover and misses. Real opportunity here for Plymouth to continue to close that gap. They get it over to Turner. Dokia looking for a 3. No good. Banger up and no good as well. Weiser passing to Dokia. The Fox tries to push his way into the paint. Weiser from outside and connects the 3. This could be the run that Plymouth needs to at least get back to a close game, as Banger seems to be super cold here in the third.
Suddenly unable to make a basket.
You can see the sad story here right now. McDonald Rambo only scoring 2 points thus far, as we are 5/8 of the way through the game.
And another foul.
This is a very aggressive game. This is, interestingly, like, we don't normally see either of these teams play this aggressive, but maybe just because of the
That old rivalry.
Van Zandt is kicking himself because the last thing they want to do is give Plymouth a chance for 2 more points here.
Of course, and naturally, both of these teams know that seeding is critical, especially against each other. Like we've said, these 2 teams have faced off so many times in playoffs in recent years.
Oh yeah, that first from Weiser is good. Going for the second, also good by Weiser.
Excellent work from the Beagle.
You can see right there, Plymouth outscoring Banger here in the third, causing them to call a timeout here. Now the Plymouth is a little bit on a run. I don't want to jinx them because they're doing pretty good right now.
Of course.
If you're the Banger Tides coach, what are you trying to do now to stop this this sort of run from closing this gap?
Well, obviously, we're starting to see Turner come into play, which is a thing that we all kind of are familiar with in the league. Once Turner starts really turning up the heat, it's hard to keep control of the game. So I think it's about isolating Turner, making sure he doesn't get heated up too much, and again, trying to keep your bench players nice and rested up and ready to go against their bench, because again, that is where Bangor made the difference during that first half.
Absolutely, and we're looking at an 11-point game here right now. Bangor was up by 22 points. Now we're looking at only an 11-point, as Plymouth is chipping away from this lead. Bangor has been in a scoring drought for 3:30. Fullerton tries to break that, but no good. Darag up and over, and finally we see almost 4 minutes without Bangor scoring a single basket. That they're getting some points back here on the board. Celis looking to figure out how Plymouth can answer back. Fox is no longer on the court, so they got to really kind of figure out what they can do here.
Ooh.
Darag with a just a fantastic dunk here. That one's for the highlight reel for sure. Laterell. Wiser goes for 3, and it's good. And that is the way that they can slowly claw this back into a like a 3-possession game.
Absolutely. Weiser seems to be becoming their secret weapon during this second half. She's been pretty consistent from the 3-point line.
King with a long 2.
What did I say?
Another 3.
What did I say?
Beautiful screen there by Plymouth. Set up the shot and brings it back to an 11-point game here. As cold as Bangor is right now, they've got to be sweating. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Marshall's looking to throw it away. No good.
He does throw it away.
Laterell being double-teamed for a moment there. This Photitis.
Oh.
Perfect position, just didn't connect. Bangor trying to hold on to their double digits. That'll secure it a little longer. As we see that both teams are not doing great for this half in terms of scoring compared to the first half. Tellis could have been wide open, misses the ball. Got to find that opportunity. Double teamed, back to Dokia.
Oh,
2, no good.
Had a clear shot.
Evans says, I'm gonna put it in. Bangor. Plymouth says, no, you're not. Weiser can try to set her up for another 3. No, Laterell goes in for 2, bringing it back to an 11-point game.
And again, it is the bench. It is the bench that is swinging things in this game. Right now, Plymouth's bench is delivering.
And they have to. They really have to. They're giving the Fox a rest.
Yes, both Foxes.
And now they are doing their best. We're going to see a jump ball here, as they try to figure out whose possession it was.
That was a messy one.
Of course, Plymouth does get the ball, which is not what Bangor wants to see when they were so close to scoring here just a moment ago. Dokia to Laterell, looking at an open lane, goes up, but no good. Marshall back to Dara. King coming in, double teamed, but as we see, you can't do that because both these teams are very good at finding that open man or open woman. Fullerton in for 2 as we get close to closing out the third quarter here.
And
Dokia for 3, no good. Dokia has tried to make that shot all night long. Got something to prove. Hasn't proven it yet. But Bangor keeps giving them opportunities to try again and again.
They do, and the Taproots have been slowly but surely narrowing this lead. Oh.
Go for the
unfortunate
last ditch 3 here at the end of the third quarter. But the Taproots absolutely doing their best to claw back that lead.
Mm-hmm.
They at the beginning of the last quarter, I thought they were done for. I thought this was going to be a blowout. But they've come back. If they keep doing what they're doing now, it's going to be very close by the end of the game.
Oh, absolutely. I would love to see Plymouth turn this around and actually turn it back into a bit more of a competition here.
And they do start off with the ball here, so this is their first chance at getting to do that.
We do have some stars coming back onto the court.
Jaewon trying to come into the paint. No good. Belmare with that rebound. Taiwan trying to figure out what to do with this ball. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Into Marone, who finds a clear open basket, gets it up and in. Van Zandt now with the ball. To Mackenbach. Is really looking for anyone. They lose the ball, and Feckle does her best to try and recover it, but it ultimately ends up being the Tide's ball. Felt all of the Plymouth's fans' hearts leap for a moment. I mean, and with these two clubs being so close, I'm certain there are a lot of Plymouth fans here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. It's always a bit of a mess whenever these two face each other. Just a sea of blue and green.
Van Zandt here with the ball. Gonna lose the opportunity to shoot. Vaughn comes in and cleans up for the Raccoon.
The Raccoons were supposed to be good at that. Raton laveur.
Belmare drawing the foul. Very smart play here. Did not really have a chance to get it into the basket, but if you can draw that foul, that's so much better.
Absolutely.
Gonna have a clean shot at 2 points here now. The first is good. And the second one is not. Plymouth does not want to see that at the moment. Van Zandt, with basically an open lane, squanders the opportunity.
Uncommon to see from the Raccoon.
As Marone goes in. Also misses. Van Zandt with the ball now. Pass to Iverson, who had an open lane, but is able to connect. You can see scoring is much more even this quarter, or excuse me, this half than it was in the first half. Plymouth just doing everything they can to get points now, but not enough.
Oof.
As we see a basket here. From Mackenbach. Bruce Chewan to Feckle. Marone. The long two, and it's good.
Yeah, Marone has really been earning his dinner tonight.
Absolutely. Iverson almost losing it there. The Tide's trying to get it up before the shot clock. Plymouth is able to recover the ball. Up to Marone.
Oh,
who puts it up and in, making
beautiful
it look
hook shot.
Easy. See, Marone 5 for 12 tonight. Van Zandt, I think it was 8 for 12.
Right.
As we're going to see a timeout here from the Tides.
I mean, at this point, the instruction for the Tides is going to be just don't mess it up. Just don't mess it up.
Yeah, it's very much like, okay, we still have a pretty deep lead.
Like that. That's messing it up.
It is. It really is. This can give Plymouth a chance here. I'm not gonna jinx it for them. Let them do their thing here for a moment. Cruz to Feckel. Feckel goes in for 3 and is able to bring this game back to single digits.
Taproot's pulling off an incredible rally this half.
Vaughn to Van Zant. Raccoon says, not today. We're not giving up that easy. Moran. Tries to go up and in. Gets tipped out of his hand. And Banger is going wild here as he's not called for a foul. Down a Rainbow to Vaughn. Tries to make room at the net.
You've got Marone trying to guard Tyrese there. That is not going to work.
No, that's not very good. Tale of two centers here. Each of them making seven baskets tonight. Bellemare looking for an opening. Finds it in Trevor Cruz.
Multi-time dunk contest participant showing it how it's done.
Yep. Now, Plymouth is really looking for an opportunity. Of course, Jake Turner, sees a window, makes a door out of it. Just crashes through the wall. Quick pass to Cruz, who still can't connect that 3. Cruz not doing so hot this game, unfortunately. Taking those shots, which is what you have to do, but just not connecting them. Banger ball as we get into 6 and change for the quarter. Blatant foul here, which is kind of what you have to do if you know that they've got an open lane, but
absolutely, and really can't credit McDonald Rainbow there enough. He almost got it done on his own.
It's true. It's very true. As he brings the Tides into a 100-point game, despite your prediction before, but can't do 101. Feckel with the ball, pushing towards the post. Double teamed.
Incredible. Feckel cutting through that defense.
McDonald Rainbow. Van Zant, who is of course fouled by Cruz. With as much as poorly as both teams have been shooting, that's kind of the way to go. If they get it in, it's a guaranteed 2 points.
It is. And in some ways, you kind of expect it from these two, Yeah. We know Ash Van Sant and Cruz love to trash talk each other on Twitter.
It's true.
They're always at each other after the games.
I would not be surprised if we saw them at the bar sharing a beer after this game. And that looks like that played out well. Maybe getting into the Raccoons' head a little bit. Van Zant misses the first shot, which is it plays exactly into what Cruz was hoping for. See, the Raccoon can get it together to get this second shot here. And of course is able to complete. But what should be a 12-point game is an 11-point game with some very smart thinking from Cruz here. 5.5 left to play as Marone looks for an open net. Double teamed, but we know that doesn't work. Feckel wide open, goes in and brings the lead down to 8.
Incredible to think that at the start of this half, we were looking at over 20-point difference between these two teams.
Absolutely, and now it's a 3-possession game. Iverson to McDonald Rainbow, who sees an opportunity, takes it. prefers to have that double-digit buffer, and the Taproots are going to call a timeout because it's just under 5 1/4 and 5 in a game, really.
Makes sense.
And I mean, they're doing what they have to do. Is really what it comes down to. Marone to Feckle. Cruz to Bellemare. Cruz looking for that opening. Makes it.
He finds it.
All right, McDonald Rainbow. Like, okay, we've been here before. You brought us down to 8 last time. We were able to bring you back up to 10. Ash Van Zant trying to go for 3 and gets called for the long 2. So it's still just a 10-point game.
Just take a half a step back, man.
Plymouth is trying to figure out what they can do here. Pass it to Cruz.
Oh.
Cruz again gives it his all and cannot complete that 3.
Tyrese and Turner bravely fighting for that rebound.
Now, the unfortunate thing here is that it does give Banger an opportunity. Mackenbach does go up for the extra 2, putting them back up by 12. Cruz answers with 2 points of his own. Stick to 2 points, buddy. That seems to be where you're doing well here in today's game. It's late. I'm getting sassy. Mackenbach absolutely rejected the first time by Feckle.
Oh.
Tries again. Feckle gets the rebound, and this is an opportunity for Plymouth to bring it back, and they waste it.
Feckle looking at Mackenbach and saying, I am going to be your worst nightmare tonight.
Both teams playing pretty sloppy here, unfortunately. Van Zant.
Second chance point. Oh my gosh.
We're looking at Bellemare said, okay, I can either tap it out, and maybe you won't get the basket, or I can let you go and get the extra 2 points. So good court awareness there by her. But with three minutes left here in the game, the Taproots are running out of time to close that gap. Vaughn goes in for 3, no good. Here's a chance for maybe Feckle to find a spot. She struggles to push in towards the paint. Gets it to Turner, which seems like a good plan. Turner looking like he's in the weeds. Very, very rare situation for Turner. Who does find his way under the basket, but is not able to get the basket to complete. Right now, Banger is just looking to retain their lead.
And must say, they're having a hard time with it.
They are.
Taproots are putting up quite the effort here.
Cruz,
wow,
with an incredible basket here, is going to have the and one opportunity. Banger not looking happy about that. Cruz really taking advantage of that one flap roll. Really spread his wings out in that one. And is good. Puts them within 7 of Banger, which is ridiculous.
Absolutely able to capitalize on it, yeah.
Vaughn shoves Turner out of the way. not
Don't hear that up, but
yeah.
when you've got the big boys on the court.
Plymouth goes to Turner. Turner slowly saunters towards the basket, but is unable to connect. We're down to Rainbow, hoping that they can bring the lead back up to over 10. Pass to Mackenbach, back to McDonald Rainbow. 6 seconds on the clock, on the shot clock. Donald Rainbow goes in, and Banger has 111 points to Plymouth 100.
And it's during plays like those that you can really see how, just how much chemistry there is on the Tides team. Obviously, Mackenbach, Van Zandt, and Iverson have been playing together for a long time now. They have all spent their entire careers on the Tides, and McDonald, Rainbow, and Vaughn have had enough time to gel with the rest of the team at this point. Like, the results speak for themselves.
Absolutely. And as we're at 45 seconds here in the quarter, huge dunk by Iverson could be the dagger that seals the deal for Banger. Saying she wasn't particularly flashy in the beginning of the game, but she is showing up in the fourth quarter. Jake Turner drawing the foul, getting trying to bring this back to a single-digit game. With 26 seconds left on the clock, which is admittedly a lot of time still. They're going to do their best to try and close up that gap.
Yeah. Time is running out. They've got to start making things happen.
Turner unable to make it. And I think that is the last nail in the coffin. Unless Plymouth somehow pulls out a miracle. 14 seconds left. Banger's going to try to run out the clock here.
Absolutely.
And Plymouth is going to foul with 7 seconds left. Any port in a storm, I guess.
Seems like it. Weiser feeling like, okay, maybe I can still do a little bit of contributing here. I mean, if there's one thing that I'm taking away from tonight, it is, Barbara Weiser, put her in the three-point contest.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
She has been delivering tonight.
Having a good night for sure.
And I think at this point it is...
With 7 seconds left.
Yeah, this is just to pad out the stats.
Absolutely. King taking this last shot here.
King has nothing to worry about. No pressure on her.
Weiser has 4 seconds to score 13 points. Not going to happen.
Hey. No.
As we see a final score, Plymouth 102, Banger 115. And as we said, plenty of Taproots fans here, so you can't chalk this one up to home court advantage. I think just it was interesting because Plymouth definitely had the lead out front, and then they just
absolutely, they had that momentum starting right out the gate.
They just could not keep it. All right, let's look at the scores here. Mackenbach 12 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Very good for Randy here. Good game. Ash Van Zandt coming to play for the Tides. 22 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists. The Raccoon does not joke around. Desi Iverson, 9 points, just shy of a double-double, but 16 rebounds for the Perch. Just an incredible game for her. McDonald Rainbow, 7 points, 2 rebounds, 7 assists. Almost a Las Vegas win there for her, for him. Excuse me. Vaughn, really kind of also like Van Zandt and Vaughn, really the two powerhouses.
Absolutely anchored the team for this game.
Deserved double-double, 17 points, 13 rebounds, and some assists and blocks to spare. Darragh showing up, 9 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Marshall putting up 12 points, saying, I'm here too. I only played 15 minutes, but I almost scored basically a point a minute while I was on the floor.
Oh, totally. Marshall kind of quiet during the second half, but during that first half, he was all over the court.
Absolutely. Fullerton, Going for that low golf score. Still got 6 points.
Again, what is this man doing here?
2 rebounds, 4 assists. Evans, 4 points, 4 assists. 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Excuse me. King coming off the bench with 10 points. Wow.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Outperforming her salary. She's reliable.
Banger. Hold on to that one for sure. Smith with a 3-point bucket definitely helped the Tides. Lagerstrom coming in strong with 4 points. And as we go over to the Taproots, we see a little bit more of an even distribution here in their starting line.
At least for the scoring.
Moran playing 35 minutes, only 16 points. I don't blame him for being tired by the end of that game, especially in that first quarter here.
Oh, absolutely.
Bellemare with 20 rebounds.
Incredible work from the Puffin.
Absolutely.
And 8 offensive rebounds. Like, really cannot celebrate her enough tonight.
Just working. Turner's not doing his job. Bellemare is like, put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. Fantastic job. Trevor Cruz, not so great at the 3-point line. Usually very good. Very much a sharpshooter from downtown. And I think this speaks volumes for why Plymouth might have lost. I don't like to put it all on one player, but Cruz was 5 for 16 tonight, and that's just unfortunately, he was cold. He was cold and Bangor, and that's all that there was to say about that.
Well, Bangor, it's got that wind chill, often quite damp. You can get cold pretty easily.
Exactly. Turner doing his best. Definitely not good enough. Much better field goal percentage here. 8 out of 13. Really needed to take more shots. Really needed to get more rebounds here. Just in the game.
Well, I think more than anything else, really need to show up to maybe shut down Tyrese a little bit. I mean, remember, we saw one play there where the only person guarding Tyrese was Tori Marin. I think we really need to see Turner kind of showing up a bit more to handle a bit more of that defense.
And you know what? Fine. Everyone has a bad game, has an off day every once in a while. You don't want to do it against your divisional rivals here. Feckle, pretty even across the board. 8 points in 27 minutes, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, a block and a partridge in pear tree. Dokia, 5 points in 17 minutes, not too bad. I feel like they were definitely there to make those plays, even if the box scores here don't really show it.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely set up a lot of the plays for Plymouth, especially in the second half there. Celes, 4 points in 15 minutes. Chaewon, 6 points, 15 minutes, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Very good. Barbara Weiser.
Here she is.
Here it is. 14 points, 14 minutes. Again, another player who is absolutely not being utilized to their fullest potential. Just again, a point a minute, like that says a whole lot. And all of the field goals tonight, all 3-pointers.
Mm-hmm. And again, on 2 teams that are full of 3-point specialists, she really showed up tonight.
Absolutely, 100%. Terrell, 2 points in 11 minutes. Pouletier, 2 points in 10 minutes. Fotitis, 4 points, 9 minutes. And that will do it for our box score. Let's kind of look at the total game score here. Bangor Tides 115, 102. This is a great overview, but I think once we really get into the quarters, it really does tell a different story.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the first quarter at the end, Bangor took the lead from the Taproots, who were dominating the first quarter for the most part.
Oh, for sure.
And Plymouth said, okay, not so much.
And here's where things really swung.
Yeah. So we see we see Bangor kind of come up in the second quarter here and really just kind of like you can just see the yellow on the right hand side here, just totally dominating Plymouth. So we had 70 to 49 in the half. Did not think that Plymouth would be able to make up that many points. And they came very close in the second half.
Absolutely. And in that first half, you can really see Belmare. The only place where Taproots were outdoing the Tides was on the offensive rebounds and the second chance points.
For sure. And third quarter, lot of really hopes and dreams for the Tappers. You can see that they outperformed the Bangor Tides by 8 points. Really closed in that gap. And they, just got tired. They both played very evenly in the last quarter here.
Mm-hmm.
So what a great game from both these teams.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say that just unfortunately Taproots tapped themselves out.
Hey.
Any last thoughts before we end for the evening and say goodbye to our loyal fans at home?
Why don't they release any FBA merch for people that have, say, 8 limbs?
You'll have to take that up with the commissioner.
He never returns my calls.
Yeah, neither do I. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in to Sports Den. I am Christopher Whalen, your panda in the press. Joining me today was
Ernest Callahan.
Thank you so much for being the booth member. You can take the lift down.
I will do that. I'm just going to flop myself off this chair and start heading over.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us this evening, and we hope to see you all again real soon.